Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
YNW Melly's ex-girlfriend, Mariah Hamilton, who had fled the United States before his trial to avoid testifying, was previously arrested. However, it has now been confirmed that she has also been released, all while Melly himself, Aaron, hasn't even had a chance at freedom yet. Today, it was announced that Mom Mariah Hamilton was released from the Paul Rain detention facility on Saturday, February 8. This decision was made by a judge during an emergency hearing on Friday, February 7. During this hearing, Melly and Mariah saw each other for the first time since Melly surrendered to the Broward County Sheriff's Office in 2019. Following this, Melly's lawyer pushed for his release as well, arguing that he had already spent too much time in jail without a proper resolution. Melly's attorney stated, "Mr. Demons, Melly, has now been in custody for 2,222 days. If one state attorney isn't available, then the other two assigned attorneys should be called in. If they're unavailable as well, then any of the 150 state attorneys upstairs should step in for the hearing." The judge agreed with this argument, and I decided to push Melly's case forward, which could be a positive development for him. However, Mariah's release wasn't exactly good news for Melly. Reports claim that he was allegedly visibly angry in court after hearing about it. As Mariah was being driven home from jail, she posted on Facebook thanking her bosser, friends, and family for their support while she was detained. She wrote, "To my village, thank you. I love you all so much. This is God's plan, not mine." It is also being said that Mariah wasn't happy with how aggressively the local media covered her release.
6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's
Mariah Hamilton, after experiencing jail, has made it clear that she never wants to go back. Because of this, one of the conditions for her release was that she must appear at the next YNW Melly trial and testify against her ex-boyfriend. The FBI and authorities already know what happened to Sakchaser and Juvy. They just need Mariah's testimony to confirm it in front of the jury. If she fully cooperates, this could completely ruin Melly's life and seal his fate. Additionally, in court, findings from Mariah's iCloud account will be revealed. Authorities allegedly discovered evidence of Melly pressuring her not to testify during the previous trial. This act is considered witness tampering, which is a serious federal crime. Even if Melly didn't personally pull the trigger, witness tampering alone could land him a life sentence.
Kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they going through extreme measures, try to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom.
When the feds began investigating Mariah Hamilton, the main reason behind it was people from Melly's hometown who had been talking about her involvement in the case. These rumors and discussions grew so much that YNW Juvy's father decided to launch his own personal investigation. Juvy's father asked around in the neighborhood and eventually discovered the code words that Melly allegedly used against Mariah then to prevent her from testifying in court. Now, this new evidence is in the hands of the prosecution, and it could be used against Melly in the courtroom, making his case even more difficult.
Let me repeat myself. Mr. Demons has to make an informed decision about who he wants as lawyers. He's now been sitting in our jail for 2,159 days. So How long would you like to be able to make that decision?
I can't determine when the investigation will be over. That's up to the Broward Sheriff's Office. But I can, as I said, I'm just asking for a week. And then I'm asking for at least a day or two. At
You
minimum.
decide by tomorrow. I've also reserved all of tomorrow.
If the Pagchammas code word segment that Juvy's father discovered matched the findings from Mariah's iCloud account, then YNW Melly's case could be practically over. The Pagchammas feds would have solid evidence of witness tampering, which could seriously damage Melly's chances of freedom. Melly himself seems to understand the gravity of the situation, and it's becoming more visible in his demeanor. At a recent court hearing, Melly couldn't hide his true emotions. He appeared angry, unkempt, and without a haircut as he walked into the courtroom. This clearly shows that the weight of the case is fully sinking in, and he knows that things aren't looking good for him.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
Even the whole judge was shocked that YNW Melly has been sitting in jail for so long without a conviction. In the courtroom, the judge directly challenged the prosecutors, saying, "Give us a valid reason why Melly shouldn't at least be granted bond, or I'm releasing him by tomorrow morning." However, instead of backing down, the Mite feds took things even further. They hit Melly with additional witness tampering charges, completely destroying any chance of his release. These new charges suggest him that authorities have even stronger evidence against him now. This also explains why Melly has been facing such harsh treatment in jail. In an interview, Melly's mother, Jamie King, claimed that her son isn't allowed to use the phone or even see his own mail. This is likely because of the Poir's witness tampering allegations, as authorities want to make sure he has no way to interfere with the case.
The YNW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing about being mistreated when you done chose to play somebody.
If the evidence is real, that W. Melly used jail phones to pressure Mariah Hamilton into not testifying, then that could be the reason why his phone access was completely cut off. Authorities likely have recordings of these calls, which they are keeping secure until the trial begins, so they can present them as solid proof in court. The one feds wouldn't block his phone access just on suspicion. If they took this step, it means they probably have strong evidence to justify their decision. In response to this entire situation, Melly's mother, Jamie King, has expressed deep heartbreak. She revealed that she feels completely helpless watching her son go through this and claims that he's not even being treated like a human in jail. For her, seeing Melly suffer like this is extremely painful, and she feels powerless to do anything about it.